Hi, and welcome to Best in Tesla News, episode 225. I have just passed a long-awaited milestone of 100,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for all the support for this channel. I am blown away by the support, and it was possible to get over 100,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. So let's celebrate that with a little giveaway, so stay tuned to the end of this video. But this week we saw XAI make a record-breaking Series B founding round, and Bloomberg and IEA are both saying the drop in EV sales is not true. And we found out why BMW is actually still the only one pursuing hydrogen cars in the EU. And we are witnessing some true theft in broad daylight against Elon Musk. And short seller Jim Chanos is hit with lawsuit over alleged found misuse. And Toyota bets on new line of combustion engines in challenge to Tesla. And BYD is showing the old guys how to actually make a hybrid vehicle, putting even more pressure on the legacy automakers. All of this and much more in today's episode. Let's dive right in.
Let's put our living stereo stylus in this groove.
XAI makes a record-breaking Series B founding round, yet another milestone for Elon Musk. XAI has announced their monumental Series B founding round of $6 billion, making it the largest founding round in history for any B or A series. This staggering figure reflects the immense faith investors have in Elon Musk's ability to transform XAI into something extraordinary. And a founding that Tesla would probably not have been able to do themselves, so also a good showcase in why XAI is not working against Tesla, but is going to help Tesla. Now valued at $24 billion, XAI's current valuation is more than half of Twitter's valuation when Elon Musk acquired it. Back then, many doubted the wisdom of his purchase, predicting Twitter's demise. Yet not only has Twitter or X thrived, but Musk's new venture has also achieved the most significant founding round ever. Additionally, XAI's AI system, Grok, has seamlessly been integrated into X, showcasing Musk's relentless pursuit of innovation. As always, betting against Elon Musk is a risky proposition. In their announcement, XAI stated the funds from the rounds will be used to take XAI's first product to market, build advanced infrastructure, and accelerate the research and development of future technologies. One of the key infrastructure products XAI will undertake is constructing a supercomputer with 100,000 specialized GPUs. This machine will be at least 4 times larger than the biggest AI cluster in existence today. While Meta has more GPU clusters, they are not solely dedicated to an AI system. XAI's focus is clear. This will be the largest AI specialized clusters in the world. Dubbed the Gigafactory of Compute, this massive project is expected to be operational by fall 2025. Musk previously mentioned that Grok 3 would require 100,000 H100 GPUs from NVIDIA, and it seems he is on track to realize this vision. This enormous compute gigafactory aims to help XAI catch up to well-established and better-founded rivals like OpenAI and Microsoft, who are also planning similarly sized AI chip clusters. The challenge now is to find a suitable location with sufficient power. Likely around 100 megawatt is required, given the high energy demand for these compute clusters. Remote areas known for their power availability are becoming popular for AI data centers. And knowing Elon, this gigafactory will likely incorporate a lot of solar power and Tesla's Megapack batteries, making it one of the most energy-efficient compute clusters globally. Tesla's ongoing work on their first-of-a-kind data center also means that Elon has the necessary knowledge and technology to create something truly remarkable with this gigafactory of compute. And as Elon wrote on X, join XAI if you believe in our mission of understanding the universe, which requires maximally rigorous pursuit of the truth without regard to popularity or political correctness. Indeed, I believe XAI is poised to create something genuinely special. But I did make a whole video on the topic. If you want to make a deeper dive, check that one out. Despite the claims from the mainstream media and legacy automakers that the EV growth is slowing down, recent report from Bloomberg and IEA suggest otherwise. Both organizations view the low Q1 sales figures as a temporary anomaly, predicting continued growth in the EV sales. Bloomberg report that Q1 2024 data suggests the slowdown in the US is temporary, with most automakers showing year-over-year sales increases. While Tesla's Q1 deliveries were lower than some expectations, it remains the dominant high-volume EV maker in the US. Stephanie Brinley, an automotive analyst of Cox Automotive, noted that brands like Hyundai, BMW, Kia and Cadillac are advancing in the market. Bloomberg projects steady growth for the rest of the year, while IEA predicts even greater increases, forecasting a doubling of EV sales from Q4 2023 to Q4 2025, and a near tenfold increase by 2030 under current policies. The IEA's stated policy scenarios projects that EVs will comprise 40% of the global car sales by 2030, up from 15% today. However, it does not account for the potential surge in customers' demand. EV volume predicts a 25% global growth rate in 2024, down from last year's 35%. This reflects a mature market rather than a slowdown, as the absolute numbers of EV sold continue to rise significantly, from the 10.5 million in 2022 to the expected 17.7 million in 2024. So even though the percentage is down, it is expected that the EVs will grow 3.6 million once again in 2024. Historically, institutions like IEA and EIA have underestimated the growth of disruptive technologies such as solar power and EV, often due to their linear forecast model. For instance, the IEA in 2014 predicted the global EV sales in 2022 was a mere 200,000 units, far below the actual 10.5 million. Similarly, ARK Invest forecasted 17 million EVs sold in 2022 was much closer to reality, highlighting the exponential growth potential of EV technology. As EVs becomes cheaper and more efficient, with improvement in charging speeds and total cost of ownership, I expect customers' preference to shift overwhelmingly toward electric vehicles, as ARK Invest is predicting a charging speed of 200 miles added in only 4 minutes in 2027. So this shift to electric vehicles will likely accelerate as regulatory measures such as ICE ban in major cities here in Europe and sales of new ICE cars in general takes effect. So IEA predict a 40% EV market share by 2030, but I still think we will be much closer to 80%. But I did make a whole video about this week, so if you want to learn more, check that one out, link down below. And Tesla sales in China are looking very nice, even though we hear the opposites all the time from the mainstream media. And if you remember, 2 weeks ago I talked about a chart from AJ on X showing that Tesla was only 11,000 units behind last year's sales numbers in China. And I said it would probably only be a matter of time before they closed the gap. And this week AJ shared another chart and wrote, Tesla China reported 13,200 vehicles delivered for the week 20 to 26 of May, marking a good result since this applies the year-to-date gap to 2023 continues to reduce for 3 weeks in a row. At present, Tesla is only 7,600 or 3.6% behind last year's numbers. This is further evidence refuting the bear thesis of Tesla China sales weakening. Yes, as I also said in the beginning of the year, we should not expect too much growth from China in 2024 as the factory is fully ramped, so they are not going to be able to produce more vehicles in China anymore before they get some expansion up and running. And they are also expanding to new markets, and most of those vehicles comes from the Shanghai factory. So for Tesla to stay at the same size in China is actually very impressive, especially taking into account all the new vehicles that are launching in China, and Tesla still only have a premium car. So if you hear people saying that Tesla is not doing well in China, well, they probably have no clue what they're talking about. They are still among the best-selling EV brands in China, and closing the gap from last year's sales numbers the bears has been screaming about for most of this year. And we did see that Tesla last week grew almost about 40% over the previous week. So even though we have heard that Tesla will cut the Model Y production by something like 20% in their Shanghai factory, their sales are still growing, and the Model Y was the third best-selling plug-in car in China in the first 4 months of the year. So you might wonder why Tesla is making a 20% reduction in production. Well, are we maybe closing in on a Model Y refresh coming to China? Who knows? Because that would be a very great move to get some new hype about the Model Y going again in China. But let's see if Tesla's slowdown in production in China has anything to do with a new update of any kind. And if you are wondering why someone like BMW is still pursuing hydrogen cars, when Mercedes has already said after 30 years of development that the technology for hydrogen passenger cars will always be too expensive. Well, you guessed it. Always follow the money. Because a BMW gets a share of the 1.4 billion euros aid for hydrogen projects, wasting more of our taxpayers' money on this stupid technology. Great! BMW is the sole automaker to be included in the latest round of funding to support hydrogen. The automaker is testing a fleet of hydrogen battery fuel cell X5 SUVs that I have showcased on the channel before. The aid package, called High to Move, is the fourth round of grants related to hydrogen, which is expected to play a key role in the EU 2050 carbon neutrality target. It is focused on mobility projects. Details on BMW's projects and funding amount will be released shortly when the package wins final approval and any constraints on the reporting business's secret have been revealed, the Commission said. The automaker is one of the few to support hydrogen fuel cell technology, because all the others know that EVs are the future and not wasting time and money on this lost cause. Oh, well, I mean, not wasting their own money, but taxpayers' money. So that is probably why they are still pursuing this, so they can get some more money from the EU. BMW has not yet committed to series production of the iX5. Yeah, let's see if they will get this hydrogen car off the ground at all, and if it will just crash as so many other hydrogen products before it. When will the government learn? And don't forget to vote for Tesla moving to Texas and for Elon to get his well-deserved compensation package. Because we have so many bad investors out there that are trying to rob Elon from his compensation package while they walk away with all the gains. Try to listen to this.
The Elon Musk pay package. You have a stake in Tesla. What do you think?
So that is one of the proxy proposals that we will take a serious look at. The team is evaluating it. But as of today, minus the conversation that is yet to happen with Tesla, we would not be voting in favor of that proposal. We do not believe that the compensation is commensurate with the performance of the company.
Did you vote for it in 2018?
I believe we did vote for it in 2018.
Okay,
but this is about long-term value creation.
But hold on. Okay. But do you believe you were duped in 2018?
No. I believe we used the information we had available and made the best choice.
Okay, so here's what I find so interesting about this particular choice. 73%, I believe, of the shareholders voted in favor of it in 2018. A judge has said that shareholders were not informed properly.
Right.
If you talk to most shareholders, by the way, especially big shareholders, they say we were not duped. We understood completely what we were doing, and we were on board with this. Now that this opportunity has arrived on your doorstep, to actually rethink this, if you will. There's a view that, maybe we're not getting the value we thought we should. You thought you should get it, but he's worked, by the way, under the assumption that he was hitting the numbers and dealing with the contract. If I told you that you were being paid a certain amount of money in 2018, and then I called you and said, actually, you know what, we're not going to give you that money anymore, what would you do?
It's a great question. I would go to my board. I would talk with my board. If this was truly a commitment that was made to Mr. Musk by his board, then they should follow through on that commitment. But for us,
how can they follow through if
they're non-binding proposals? So they could follow through. They have a choice to follow through on this proposal.
So you believe that the board could still pay Elon Musk?
I believe the board, minus the court issue. So I'm not factoring in the court issue on this. But for us, the reason we do the say on pay is that the company, long-term value creation of that company cannot be a spike in performance, because we've seen spikes in performance at Tesla. This is about long-term value creation. And so if the board is supportive, and again, I'm not factoring in this court issue, most of these proposals are non-binding, and the court or the board could make a decision to go ahead and pay.
Oh, the hypocrites. Yes, Carl Pierce, as Holmes also wrote on X, in 2018 owned over 180,000 shares of Tesla worth $40 million. The share price at the time was just about $15. Because of what Elon did, those shares are now worth $177 each, up almost 12x. That $40 million stake is now worth $500 million, and they are voting no, as Elon wrote. Carl Pierce broke the deal. Exactly. Shame on them. Exactly. They have no honor. Exactly. If you are happy to keep almost 12 times the gain Elon made for you, and we did vote yes, that if Elon could do what everyone said was impossible and give us investors 10x our money, he should get the compensation package. If not, Carl Pierce should pay back that $500 million they gained at that time to Tesla if they are so unhappy with what Elon did for them. This is just theft in clear daylight for everyone to see. And it seems like Kathy Wood from ARK Invest agrees.
We're very supportive of that. What happened in Delaware, the judge ruling and basically taking the vote away from us, the shareholder. We voted for that pay package, 73% of shareholders did. And to have the judge kind of thinking that she is reading the minds of directors and independents, dependents, whatever. I just think, as I said in a post on X, I think it's un-American, it's anti-investor, and it's an insult to the board of directors of Tesla. So totally supportive of that move.
Yes, just don't bet against Elon Musk and what he can bring to the table. Because while Carl Pierce gained 12x their money and is unhappy about it, well, the others that bet against Elon Musk during that time lost basically everything, as we saw with good old Jim Chanos. He lost 96% of his fund's value from $6 billion in 2008 down to $200 million in 2023. And closed his funds. But the legend of Jim Chanos did not end here, as he allegedly used the company as a piggy bank, ranking in millions for himself and his girlfriend, his partner's claims. Well, I wouldn't be surprised, as Elon also wrote on X, is not just that he would short Tesla, he would also push false stories about Tesla in the media, who perform for him like circus poodles. Yes, the amount of crap Jim Chanos has spread about Tesla is amazing, but he ended up losing to Elon and Tesla. Let that be a lesson in what not to do. Don't bet against Elon Musk.
The big boys are coming.
And let's squeeze in the last short news topics into this news show. Yes, it's time for the Tesla shorts. We are getting closer to the ban of ICE cars being able to drive in Sweden's capital. Yes, there are some more accelerators for the EV adoption most people tend to forget about. Sweden's capital is banning petrol and diesel cars in the city center to reduce pollution and slash emission. The new rules will come into force on the 31st of December 2024, so getting very close. And as traffic councillor and MP Lars Strömgren wrote on X, in Stockholm everyone should be able to breathe the air without getting sick. He goes on to envision a city with outdoor seating and plenty of space for walking and cycling. Well, that sounds very nice. This is something many people forget when they are talking about EV adoption, that it's not just more and more people that want to buy EVs because they are the most convenient thing to drive and don't spill out toxic gases in the face of your children. But there is a lot of pressure coming from governments as well. Not just the ban of selling new ICE cars in 2030 and 2035 in many European countries, but also the simple fact that they are getting banned from big cities in Europe. Stockholm is not the first and will not be the last, and many will follow. And this will make it very difficult to sell your stinking ICE cars in a couple of years here in Europe, because there will be so many cities you're not allowed to drive in. So the values of these ICE cars will drop even faster, and more people want to drive EVs so they can drive everywhere they like. And Unplugged Performance showed off this special Cybertruck made into a police car. Now that is a badass looking police car, the future of police cars. And Toyota bet on a new line of combustion engines to challenge Tesla. What? The Japanese car maker unveils the latest fuel-based technology to be used alongside batteries in hybrid vehicles. The hybrid thing again. Toyota's chair, Akio Toyoda, has predicted that the demand for battery electric vehicles would hit a ceiling at 30% on a global market, opening the way for more hybrid sales. So Toyota doesn't expect BEV to ever become bigger than 30%. Well, I mean, they do know that ICE engine has to go at some point, even if they don't want to, as we will run out of oil one day. So hybrids are not a long-term solution. So to expect that hybrids are the future, how detached from reality Toyota has become. I am willing to take that bet with Toyota that BEVs are not going above 30% of the market. I say it will, Toyota say it will not. Let's see if mighty Toyota or this little YouTuber will be right on this one. Because if I win, that would be very embarrassing for Toyota. But time will tell. But if you're hearing people talk about Toyota, they are selling a lot more vehicles than Tesla is. So Tesla is not really a threat for Toyota. Yes, people said the same thing about BlackBerry against Apple back in the days, and we all know how that ended. And James shared this post on X to show the trend so people can start to get the point. Toyota outsold Tesla by 400 times in 2014, 200 times in 15, 100 times in 16, 50 times in 17, 40 times in 18, 30 times in 19, 22 times in 20, 15 times in 21, 8 times in 22, 6 times in 23. You are seeing the trend, right? And if you think Toyota will be safe from the Chinese because they are focusing on hybrids, well, you might want to think again, as BYD is not only making BEVs, they are also making hybrids, and they are about to show Toyota how you are actually making a hybrid with long range. As BYD's new hybrid can drive non-stop for more than 2,000 kilometers. BYD introduced a new hybrid powertrain that can go 200,000 miles without needing a charge or refueling. And this hybrid powertrain will be available in 2 sedans priced under $14,000, and they will start making them now. Boy, that looks like a direct hit after Toyota in China and the other legacy automakers that thought they could be safe by shifting to hybrids instead of BEVs, and then BYD comes with something that is better and much cheaper. Not easy being legacy. And the competition is coming. Well, no, they're still not here, as you can see on this chart, for the first quarter in 2024. There is Tesla's Model 3 and Model Y, and then all the rest. no one can still be called competition to Tesla in the US. A recent Bloomberg report said that even if the global EV market remained at its current slowdown pace for the foreseeable future, they expect that most vehicles will be EVs in about 10 years' time. But Toyota is saying they will never get above 30%. I guess Bloomberg agrees with me and not Toyota in the bet on how big BEVs will get. But in the US we are still waiting for the competition to actually be close to Tesla's two best-selling models. And Qatar Airways will now implement Starlink on their fleet of aircraft. Just like we see with a ship, Starlink will also be the norm for flight as well. As Elon wrote on X, Starlink provides internet connectivity in the air that is often better than being on the ground. Nice. And if you are worried about Tesla's future, don't know why you would be that, but just in case, here is a little medicine for you. Here is the take on Tesla as an AI company from a lead tech analyst.
The minute those margins bottom, though, or the minute we start to get a more dovish Fed, this is going to be an excellent buy. This stock is deeply on sale. It's very rare that I can look at a Mag 7 stock that is deeply discounted in the way that Tesla is. If this thing continues to go lower, it's an attractive entry eventually, because this company's not going to go out of business. They're an AI leader if you're patient enough. And all of those come together to don't get too cold, ice cold on a stock like Tesla, which is arguably one of the better top 10 stocks in the market.
And if you hear Elon is a bad person, you know you're talking with one that doesn't know much about Elon. Here is it from Gwen Shotwell, that has been working with Elon at SpaceX from the beginning. So she should know.
I love working for Elon. He's a great boss. He's funny. He's incredibly fair, almost to a fault. And he works really hard. He's an inspirational leader, inspirational boss, and I want to work hard to make sure I do whatever it is I can do to help him.
And if you meet people that say Tesla's AI will never be able to drive better than a human, show them this little clip. We drive with only 2 cameras and 1 brain. Tesla's AI drive with 8 cameras and 1 brain that has tried many more edge cases that we will ever be able to do. And it never gets distracted or tired. Of course it will learn to drive much better than we are capable of. Like Tesla Economics wrote on X, ain't no freaking way we humans can see better than Tesla's AI vision. Exactly right. And before GM has even got one model of their Ultium platform to high volume, they bring out yet another model. GM has fully unveiled the 2025 Cadillac Optiq EV. Decent price, decent specs, but I will not get too excited before we see any meaningful production volume of any of GM's EVs. And Lucid CEO Peter Rawlins said in an interview, Tesla seems to be distracted. There is an interest in social media, even politics, and it's kind of losing its way. I don't see it having that singular sense of purpose. I think it really falls to Lucid to take the technology to a whole new level now. That is funny. Maybe you should start by not losing 450,000 on every EV you sell. As long as that's the case, anything you say just sounds so holler. And Tesla distracted? Well, they have the best-selling car in the world and the biggest charging network in the world and are about to reveal the Cybercab in 2 months. And what have you done other than losing billions of dollars? Making a great EV for sure. But if you lose $500,000 on selling them, well, I would say everyone would be able to do that. And the review of the Model 3 performance is just very good. One from Australia even said, I never thought I would say this, but this car is too fast. So he meant for the price you should not be able to get this kind of performance. As he wrote, perhaps the most shocking thing about this supercar smashing sporty EV is the price, which feels like at least $30,000 less than what Tesla could get away with charging for it. Yes, exactly. Hardcore smackdown to any ICE performance sedans. And in my country, they have just slashed the prices of Tesla's Model Y and 3 yet again. Now the refreshed Model 3 standard range is once again cheaper than the ID.3 Pro S from Volkswagen, with the same kind of range. Let's see if Volkswagen will lower the price again, as they said they would never do, but they did, and now it looks like Tesla is forcing Volkswagen to do it once again, as their little outdated ID.3 should not be more expensive than this amazing, sporty, high-tech sedan from Tesla. But let's see what will happen. And it's not only Pepsi and Walmart that are getting Tesla semi-trucks. Tesla themselves is of course also using them, as they posted on X. Every day, our semi-fleet transport battery packs from Giga Nevada to supply our Fremont factory. Nice. So before we end off with a bit of fun, I just want to make a quick shout out to my new supporters and tell all my subscribers to comment below this video with your X handle. And I will contact one of you directly on X as the winner of the free giveaway, because I have passed 100,000 subscribers. You of course have to be subscribed to the channel and have an X account. And then I will contact you with a direct message on X if you are drawn as the winner of the free giveaway. Thank you. And a big thanks to my newest YouTube members: Kim Mølberg Olsen, In Consults Hverdag, Jay Ogden, and Leslie Radwell. Yes, thank you so much for all your support. I am doing this all by myself, but you guys are all the producers of this new show. Thank you. And let's end off with a bit of fun. Why is it so fun to give people a little scare? That is all we have time for in this new show. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button. It really does help this video out a lot so others can find it on YouTube. And if you like it, maybe you want to consider hitting that subscribe button, notification bell, so you don't miss out on future videos just like this one. And if you're already a subscriber to the channel, thank you so much for the support. But if you want to support the channel even more, remember you can, for as little as $1, become a patron of this channel, or become a member of the YouTube channel to get a shout out as some extra perks like early access, ad-free versions of my videos, exclusive videos. So hit the members button or check out Patreon to find out more. And don't forget to follow me on X. I post pretty much all the news as it comes out and a lot more. And check out the merch store to get some merchandise and support the show. It is also possible to support the show without becoming a member or a patron. There is a donation option down below or on my website bestintesla.com. You can also become an executive producer and get news articles, exclusive videos, behind the scenes, and access to all my research charts and spreadsheet, also on bestintesla.com, or as simple as hitting the super like button. And thank you for watching. And until next time, take care out there and be nice.